Good morning, everybody. It's a great pleasure to be here in Singapore with all of you. And today I would love to share with you a few ideas on sustainability and how we can all be catalysts for sustainable impact in the future. So first of all, maybe we can go through a bit what is sustainability, go back to basics and really define what sustainability is and why it matters. Then we can go through the ESGs and the ecosystem that is part of it, all the catalyst opportunities and solutions that exist, and we can be as well part of them, and the sustainable investment role that we can all play as well, a very crucial stakeholder. And then a clear and real example of the UN Accelerator Labs. So if we start really about what is sustainability and what it truly, why it matters. So it is this nice combination of connecting environmental and energy factors with social issues and governance concerns. So that is a very beautiful definition of sustainability, but at the same time, we can go deeper as well on what is it really in terms of the ability to exist constantly. And it refers to this capacity for the biosphere and human civilization to coexist. Great definitions come as well if we go deeper in terms of financial models, business models, and new ways of connecting is as well the people. So connecting all the people that what can make this connection with the planet itself, how can it coexist and be variable, and how can we as well create sustainable business models that bring profitability into the economical or financial system. So that's this very holistic combination of people, planet, and profit that aligns to be variable, equitable, and viable. So again, it's this ability to coexist, and the word itself says to be able to sustain itself. In fact, this has come, a long way. Since many years ago, even 30 years ago, we started all to talk about these important topics. So it was about climate change. What is it? How does it matter? Then we started to think, yeah, it's definitely a problem. Then, this great graphic explains how even nowadays, 2019 and 2020, we're like, okay, is this still thing going on? It's definitely going on, and we are all part of it. So let's see different ideas to be proactive instead of reactive. So there's a lot of differences. Where do we start? What is the starting point? What is the time horizon? Do we start today? Maybe we could have started earlier, definitely, but is that something that we can wait? There's definitely approach this immediately, and as well have this approach to risk, which are the roles of the ecosystem that all of us we can play, and as well our focus and purpose in the long term. We know there's a lot of challenges, definitely. There's this area of environmental impact, packaging. As you can see, I mean, this happens everywhere, every day. Safety and toxicity as well. This product development, how we can define as well what do we consume and why we consume it. The supply chain management, there's a lot of interesting initiatives. Technology can make definitely that happen today to be much more sustainable. And how can we be consuming as well less energy? So all these are challenges that today we are facing. Which are the opportunities and solutions? Definitely the role, the materials, to go back to the energy, back to basics, what the water, waste, liabilities, compliance. These are all the areas that are part of the solutions, and we will see them in depth afterwards. There's just one important point. What's the truth? So there's this perception in terms of that's what people say what is sustainability and what it could be. What do we eat? What do we do? But then the reality as well, we have to bear in mind that that's something that it's connected to what we can see in the picture. It's definitely important to understand the truth and to be, as a consumers, very mindful of what do we want to consume and why. There's solutions. So we can see a solution is definitely the B Corp. That's quite advanced in the US. Now it's starting to be here as well in Asia. But there is like this stem of definitely different areas, like environmental workers, customers, community governance. So there's a score. And this B Corp, they have this certification that it's visible to all the consumers. That's one of many potential solutions, but they're starting definitely to be out there. Very important and crucial area that I would love to share with you is the ESGs and the ecosystem. ESGs stands for environmental, social, and governmental. And the environmental sensibility, it's something that it's definitely at the core our society today. And definitely after COVID, it has been enhanced and has been focused. So from everything that we consume, we do, we are as well part of this ecosystem. So how regulators and shareholders are part of these decision makers, how we as consumers, employees of partners and communities are part of this sensibility, and the civil society. So these are areas crucial. Social depth, how, for example, amazing companies like Patagonia have been very strong in taking action. There's all the sensibility, the sincerity, the social part that we are part of, that we are in this environment. So how we as a society, as a community can be part of it. And of course, the governmental applications in the government. So there's different areas that you can comply with different regulations in specific countries, like air, water, carbon emission, waste, product safety, but then some others that are very specific, like community engagement, workers and safety, enforcement, and political engagement. Here in Singapore, for example, I'm extremely impressed on the importance that the government is putting as well to the ESGS and all the part of sustainability, because it's definitely crucial for the long-term impact and growth of the country. So that in terms of corporate governance, it's now everywhere, everybody's responsible for that, from the strategic role as well to operational executional. So sustainability is coming across, and we can see as well in the different organizational structures that exist in companies. So we are seeing that digitalization, it's happening as well with sustainability. There's even great examples on Unilever, Procter & Gamble, of course, Patagonia. We see as well in the luxury industry like Kering that they're really taking action. So that's admirable and really something that we can all be part of. And then, of course, it depends when you try to start executing and thinking about it. We can just, think, okay, we wait and see, or think ahead, be prepared, and really be mindful of it. Other solutions that we can share are very important, which is how, for example, we can start supporting all the entrepreneurs and the startups on this area. So to give and to share availability of capital for these early stage startups, as well to define very clear business models and how we can monetize and support these pathways and these corporate development partners for this CapEx energy that is crucial for long-term success and growth for these startups and then scale-ups. Then another very crucial area is the corporates, as we were saying. So how we can connect the entrepreneurs and startups with, of course, corporates. Corporate venturing is massive now, is growing. So new business models alignment, R&D outsourced to Lafayette universities, as well. This is very big area here in Singapore, as well supporting on Southeast Asia with big universities like NUS, INSEAD. So there's definitely a great role to play from universities, academias, and corporate governance. And then all the part of VC or CVC focus on these long-term opportunities. And then the part as well on, more growth of companies. So from startups to then on venture capital investment, there's all this area of climate tech that there's a lot of challenges, but when there's a challenge, there's always an opportunity. So how can we bring as well, extend time to commercialization and exit? How we can bring capital intensity? How can we innovate and bring a strategic corporate partnerships and bring a technical assessment and of course, bringing go-to-market and new policies to make that happen? So this sustainable investment, its role is very crucial at every part of the stakeholders. So there's different stakeholders in different areas of the society. So we are all part of it. One, of course, is a investment. That's what I'm going to go a bit deeper on that. But as well, all the entrepreneurs, all the corporates, all the part of academia and education, and crucial role of the government and institutions. So these 5 areas of the ecosystem, we go a bit deeper on all the sustainable investment. This is a massive opportunity. We know it's $1 trillion market if we bring clean tech, software, biotech. Nowadays, there's of course health tech, very massive as well. So all the area of, if we just take health well-being, it's around 6 trillion market opportunity. So all this is coming in a good time to really take action. Therefore, there's a big area for climate as investment opportunity. So this way, we can make this multi-trillion dollar. It's a really once in a century transformation. So now we are in this very crucial moment in history. It's really this moment where we can make change happen. it's a moment where we can really connect technology or financial capital as well with all the human capital, and of course with all the community capital. It's a moment where we can connect business with technology, humanity, and make it happen. So this climate tech, this investment, it's crucial, and there's definitely massive potential, and we can invest in different areas from this kind of a later stage as well to make them grow. So when we invest in this part of scale up after the J curve, it's definitely a moment for investment and make the companies grow. And then these critical new technologies and new business models are completely being new and created. So how can we all be part of it? Different stakeholders, investment is definitely one, but as well in terms of corporate investment or as well government investment. So there's a lot of intertwined opportunities of private and public sector that are happening as we speak. So it's perfect time in history. There's some priorities and targets. This is some of many that we bring here to you, but of course there's many more we can be part of. One is, for example, to drive this ambitious systematic energy efficiency. Other ones are very simple and basic of today. For example, the material efficiency and recycling through greater value, or as well as channel investment through the transition, high emission activities. For example, today I came with a bicycle. So we all can contribute a little, even if it's a small thing, on how we consume, for example, plant-based food, or even once or twice a week, to have less meat or less fish. All these are very small things that we can all make to make this possible. We can as well focus on public and private sector as we discussed to really integrate this support on critical technology targets, foster this value chain collaboration of all the ecosystem and stakeholders, and as well the risk, the end-to-end pilot to test new technologies in all this area of value chain. And then just to finalize, I would love to share with you a real example that is happening as we speak, which is the UNDP Accelerator Labs. So the UN, it's having these amazing 90 centers around the world, which the mission is to speed up the learning and execution, but also they do this searching, creating, and sharing new solutions on the ground. So they have these 90 centers around key cities that are really developing countries that they find solutions to the biggest problems. They are designed to close the gap between the current practices as well of international development and accelerated change. And then they model these new capabilities to make breakthroughs on the areas of inequality, decarbonization, fourth industrial revolution, and governance. Then as kind of wrap up, very interesting that the Accelerator innovation at the UN and the labs happen this way. So first there's the Accelerator labs. They have the team that brings expertise and solution mapping. Then they network with the models, nodes to speed up this rate of knowledge. They share learning amongst the labs, and then the platform to execute and to really be on the ground to find the solutions. And then, of course, if they work to scale and bring returns. So the ESGS is a very important focus for the UN. There's this alignment first of what to invest or not, then the integration of the ESG information to ensure there's a financial as well analysis and there's a return, and then how we measure impact. So it's crucial as well that there's new ways of understanding and measuring impact. So impact can come with new KPIs, new OKRs, new metrics that really bring these areas of ESGs. They already exist. There's many great universities working on that. For example, MIT, Harvard as well has a center of impact. So all this is happening. So how can we all be part of this and integrate them into our ways of starting companies or being part of a corporate, or of course as investors, or anything related to academia as well, and all the corporate governance institutions. So these 5 areas of ecosystem are crucial. That's why I would love to finalize and to share with all of you that at the end we are all responsible, and the best way to predict the future is really to create it from today, from now, to be part of this ecosystem. We collaborate, we co-create, we have the courage to lead as we follow, these great examples that we can see that are happening. We here in Singapore, we have a great government, we have a great ecosystem. There's a lot of potential in innovation in bringing technology together with all the business and the humanity, and the investment and the way of being catalyst for impact is definitely possible. So let's be all catalysts for impact and create the future that we want to be part of. Thank you.